Good morning, grade 9. Welcome to English class once again. Dear students, today I have taken up the chapter My Childhood from Beehive Book. This is an extract taken from the autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam, Wings of Fire. In this extract, Abdul Kalam introduces us his father, mother, friends, and teachers. We come across the incidents that shaped the personality of such a humble scientist who became the 11th President of India in the year 2006. He is the source of inspiration for each all of us. So let's begin with the chapter. Kalam was born in a middle class Tamil family in Rameshwaram. His parents, Janulabdin Ashiamma, were very generous people. Kalam declares that he inherited the values of honesty, discipline, goodness, and kindness from his parents. His parents were so generous that outsiders who came to visit their house never went hungry even though they have limited meals. Kalam also says that they lived in their ancestors' house, which was a large Pakka house, which did not have any luxuries, but all the important things like food, medicines, and clothes were provided to the family. Second World War broke up in the year 1939, and at that time there was a high demand of tamarind seeds in the market. The seeds were actually roasted and converted into the powder in order to make tamarind kernel powder, also known as TKP. So Kalam began to collect tamarind seeds in exchange of an anna, which was a big amount for a boy like him at that time. So Rameshwaram was basically an isolated place, hence it was not affected by the war. But the train that halted in the station now no more allowed to stop at that station. As a result of this, a bundle of newspapers were now thrown up of from the moving trains. Kalam's cousins Samsuddin used to distribute these newspapers, so he sought Kalam's help to catch the bundles, and this is how Kalam got the chance to earn his first wages, which gave him immense self confidence and a sense of pride. Now Kalam introduces us with his friends. He had three friends, Ramananda Sastri, Aravindan, and Siv Prakasan, who were very close to him. At the same time, all of these three have belonged to Hindu Orthodox Brahmin family, but their friendship was too strong that religion never made any difference. Later in life, Ramananda Sastri took over the priesthood of Rameshwaram temple from his father. Aravindan took up the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, and Sivaprakasan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. Kalam's family used to arrange boats with a special platform during annual Sri Sita Rama Kalyanam ceremony. This platform would use to carry idols of Lord Rama from the temple to the wedding site Ram Tirtha. It was a pond near Kalam's house. Kalam grew up listening to the stories from the Ramayana and the life of Prophet from his mother and grandmother at the bedtime. Certain incidents of his childhood left a deep impression on Kalam's young mind. When he was in fifth standard, a new teacher came to his class and did not like that Kalam, who was a Muslim boy, happened to sit with a Ramananda Sastri, who was a Brahmin. So he sent Kalam to the back seat simply because it was in accordance with the social ranking of the Muslims. Both Kalam and Ramananda Sastri felt sad at this action of their teacher. Sastri wept, and this had a deep impact on Kalam. Both the children went home and told their parents about this. Sastri's father summoned to the teacher and told him not to spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in young mind. He told to the teacher to either apologize, or leave the school. This made the teacher not only regret his action, but he was also report. Another memorable incident from his childhood was Siva Subramaniam Iyer, Kalam's science teacher, invited him to his house for a meal. Siva Subramaniam Iyer was an Orthodox Brahmin and his wife was very conservative. She was horrified at the idea of inviting a Muslim boy to dine in her ritually pure kitchen. When she refused to serve Kalam, Iyer did not lose his temper, coolness, and not only served the boy with his own hands, but also sat and ate with him. He invited Kalam the next weekend as well. Noticing Kalam's hesitation in accepting his invitation, Iyer told the child to be prepared to face such situations if he wished to change any system. When Kalam visited Iyer's house again after the week, he, no- he noticed his wife took him to his kitchen and served him food with his own hands. The freedom of India was in offing when the Second World War ended. Following Gandhiji's plea, the entire nation was hopeful of building their country themselves. So Kalam also took permission from his father to go and study further in Ramananthapuram. His father permitted him willingly because he wanted his son to grow. He even convinced Kalam's mother by telling her that parents should not force their ideas upon their children, as they have their own wings, as their own ways of thinking. So, this is how Kalam secured childhood, inspiring parents, supportive friends, and honest teachers insisted great values in him that gave him wings of fire. That's all, students. I hope you well understood this chapter. And with this, I am sending you the notes also. Be prepare your notebook on time. Thank you.